These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Just doing a little pickup video today. Forgive me, I'm a little bit kind of lackluster when it comes to the energy today. I am recovering from a head cold, and also for some bizarre reason I woke up at about 4:30 this morning and just couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been up since 4:30 and I'm recovering from a head cold. So my energy's a bit low. Whether you'll be able to tell that, I don't know, but let's crack on. These are the movies I picked up January, February-ish, I think, spanning both those months. And there's not a lot of like bells and whistles releases that I got. So there's not many I'm gonna have to open and pull out posters and pull out lobby cards and things like that. These are pretty standard, straightforward releases, other than maybe one or two. So I'm just gonna jump in. This thing here, by the way, my name, or food for thought, I should say. Yeah, this is going to pop up more on my videos just because of the platform I'm using to record now. I'm using StreamYard to record, so it requests that you put a thingy there. So unfortunately, hopefully it doesn't take up too much room. And of course, you have this as well. So I apologize in advance. All right, the first release actually came yesterday. I've been waiting for this one, and both Vinegar Syndrome and 88 Films both announced it. I don't know if 88 Films was a double bill or whether they are releasing just separate releases. It may be separate, but I picked up this bad boy. So hopefully I can show this on YouTube. There's not anything graphic. I picked up the Devil Fetus, or Devil Fetus without the. This is a cat-free film, Hong Kong cat-free film, a film that I have never seen, but I'm very excited to see, especially with this. Obviously, that's a bit questionable. My wife didn't take kindly to that when I showed her. She thought I was a bit of a weirdo, but what's new? And then on the other side, great covers, by the way. This is a pretty shocking cover if you think about it. I mean, that's kind of grim. And then you've got this on the back for Her Vengeance, which again, I've never seen. These are two cat-free movies, which I'm very, very big on at the moment. I'm big on cat-free films. So these two I'm giving a try. Like I said, 88 Films bringing it out. No, nothing special in here, just a booklet. I was just checking. I'm not going to do that with every release. Yeah, this got released by Vinegar Syndrome just the other day. It got to me very, very quickly. Looking forward to visiting these. I understand cat-free is not for everyone. Cat-free, if those that don't know what cat-free is, it's kind of like the X-rated certificate in Hong Kong. It's usually got some quite hard R or X-rated. Not hard. I've gone to another rating. It's got some X-rated content. Nothing hardcore, nothing super graphic, but it usually has either extreme violence, extreme sexual exploitation. You may find the odd. I don't know if I can say this, so I'm not going to risk it, but the odd grape scene, if you know what I'm saying, you might find that there. So some shocking stuff in Cat 3, and I'm picking those up at the moment because I am a weirdo, but Cat 3's got a huge following. It's just a huge thing. Speaking of Hong Kong cinema, 88 Films, another bare bones release from 88 Films. Well, not bare bones. Let's see, what's it got? Let's see, an interview with Poon Kin Kwan, and that's about it. That's about it. So I picked up The Lady Assassin. Beautiful cover, very flashy, very nice. A great film, by the way. I watched this just the other day. This is a solid little kung fu film. Wall-to-wall fights. There's a ton of fight scenes in this film. It's really, really decent. So I'm actually happy to have this because I thought it was an unusual one to have as a separate release. But 88 Films seem to be doing that at the moment and picking some quite unusual films to release. I wonder if that's because they just they've only got a few left and they haven't got enough coherency to release a box set or something. I don't know what else they've got in their catalog, but this is well worth picking up if you're a fan of kung fu films. By the way, this has everyone in it. Let's see, Yun Tak is in it. There we go. So it's got Max Mock, Norman Chu, Jason Pai Piao, Ku Feng, and Yuntak. Sorry, I forgot his name. Very, very good. I hate Jason Piao Piao's name. I know it's Jason Pow Piao or Pow. I don't even know how you say it properly, but it always makes me sound like an idiot. It sounds like I'm going Jason Piao 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 Piao. So Jason Pow Piao. Oh, Jesus Christ, you know who he is. Picked up this from Radiance. This is, I'm not picking up a lot from Radiance at the moment just because I'm not aware of, I shouldn't say I'm aware, I'm unfamiliar with their titles, so I don't really know what they have in store. But now and again, one will catch my eye and I actually pick them up. So I picked up The Shape of Night, which is a recent release, I think. Oh, no, it's not a recent release, is it? I think this came out a little bit ago, but I decided to pick it up. Decent film. I watched it and I was really surprised by it. I wasn't expecting what it was. I was expecting kind of like an art house film. And while it's very well directed and very beautiful, it's definitely kind of like a sullen drama. But it's like, as many art house films are, but it's less art house, more drama. Really enjoyed it. Beautifully shot, though. A beautifully made film. And you get a little booklet in there as well, as you do in many releases these days. You also get reversible art, which I'll actually show for that. I don't like the reversible art on this. I'm not a big fan of it, so I'll probably stick to Radiance's. Even though some people complain about Radiance's, oops, dropping the disc. Radiance's this, but I like that. I think it's pretty cool. All right, next one. This is one I haven't seen, and this is one I just went out on a limb getting. It was just a complete spontaneous buy. I don't really know why I picked it up, other than I heard it was very artsy and very kind of, yeah, I guess, very technically brilliant and gorgeous to look at. And that is, oops, let me get that. That is Long Day's Journey into Night. Now, I know nothing about this film. Is it Hong Kong or is it Japanese? I don't even know. It's a Chinese film. And yeah, this came out on 4K. It's a 3D film, or there is a 3D presentation of it. Thankfully, there's also a 2D one because I don't have a 3D television because, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about 3D. I don't want to watch any film in 3D. I don't care if it's the best 3D film ever made. I don't care about 3D. It does nothing for me. The only good experience, I've actually had two good experiences in the cinema watching 3D films. One was the first Avatar. That was special in 3D. That was really impressive. And two, weirdly, the Henry Cavill film Immortals. Do you remember that? It was really good in 3D. I was quite impressed by it. But I'll be watching the 2D version of this. Again, don't know much about it. I look forward to seeing it. It was just, again, I don't really know why I bought it. I just decided to go for it. I must have heard good things about it, but anyway. Next purchase, an absolute classic. Although I will say this, an absolute classic that doesn't get talked about enough. When people talk about Sylvester Stallone, they always talk about Rambo, Rocky, etc., etc. Sometimes they'll sneak in a Copland or something like that. I'm telling you, Daylight, one of his best films. It's up there. I watched Cliffhanger recently as well. That fucking film's quality. This is really good. Me and Devon watched it. If you're new to the channel, Devon's my wife. We watched it not that long ago, and it was really impressive. I had a good time with it. This just got released in 4K. Audio commentary by the director, Rob Cohen. The Making of Daylight feature. It just says EPK featurette. I don't really know what that is. And then there's a music video by Donna Summer. Nice, I guess. It looks like they were running out of things to add because I don't even know the song. It's Whenever There Is Love for all those Donna Summer fans out there. So, yep. There you go. Picked up that. Had to pick this up. I watched it last year and I watched it this year. I didn't watch it last year. Or did I? I'm getting my dates mixed up. I do that a lot. This is actually The Substance. So if you haven't seen this film, it might not be to everyone's tastes. It is the Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley film that basically got everyone talking about it as a very unique and fresh and original film. It is very unique and fresh. It's an absolute delight to watch. It's wild as hell, like super, super wild. You better strap yourself in for this one if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, don't spoil it for people. This one, don't spoil it for people. Some people go into this film not knowing a clue about what it's about. I actually had no clue. I just walked into it, and yeah, I had a good time with it. Body horror for those that like body horror, and it's got some pretty heavy body horror in it. This film, I don't know. Sometimes I just buy film. Oh no, now my phone's ringing. I wonder if I'll edit this out. Let's see. All right, sorry about that, guys. The wife was a calling. Yeah, this film, I don't really know. So Devon said to me, "I want to watch this film again." That's what she said, and we couldn't find it on streaming services. And I knew that a brand new 4K was coming out of it, and I didn't really love the film first time around. I just thought it was very mediocre, but for some reason I bought it. Which is the last voyage of the I can't even remember what the ship's called. Is it Demeter or Demeter? I can't remember. Who cares? Yeah. If you don't know about this film, it's basically vampire Dracula on a ship. That's all you need to know. There's an old ship and it's got Dracula on it. Bingo bango. I watched it again with her. It's all right. It's not great. It's certainly not one of the better vampire films out there, or even Dracula films out there. It's fine. It's fine. It's harmless, right? It's just a harmless watch. Was over the moon to see this online for sale, and I thought I'd missed out on it, and I scooped it up with the quickness, and that is the German media book of Life After Fighting. And beautifully, I don't know if you can see that. It's actually a padded media book. Can you see that? It's got some padding to it, which no one cares about, but it's kind of nice to have like a little padded thing. It adds something extra. This is a 2-disc release, so it's a media book. So you have your disc at the front and disc at the back, and yeah, the media book in the middle, or the book in the middle. Oh my god, I'm not holding this up very well at all. But this book here, all in German, so it's very difficult to read. But if you have not seen this film and you want to see this film, I highly I can't even say fucking recommend. What's wrong with me? See, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, guys and gals. Just in case there's any gals watching. Yeah, I highly recommend picking this one up, and it's really good. And kind of it was on everyone's best martial arts film of last year list, and well worth it. However, if you can't find this, which may be tricky to find, it was on Brother Bilal, but it may have sold out. It's streaming. It's streaming on Prime Video, and I believe someone said it's streaming on Tubi. So get your ass to Tubi. I love Tubi. It's good. Sometimes you're just on there and you're like, it's a lazy Saturday night and you can't be asked doing anything. And maybe you've partaken in your favorite beverage, or maybe you've smoked some of that stuff. And sometimes you just whack on Tubi and just look what you can find. There's a lot of shite on there, a lot of like 2 out of 10 IMDb movies. But there's some gems on there. Tubi's not bad. So 88 films released. Well, this is wild, by the way. Why they released this on 4K, I've got no idea. But I guess they're releasing all their Jackie Chan films on 4K. So Dragon Fist. I got the Blu-ray over there, and I decided to pick up the 4K because I love this film. I don't talk about this much, but this is one of my favorite old school Jackie Chan films. I genuinely, maybe, I have to rewatch Fearless Hyena again, but I might rate this over Fearless Hyena, which I know is blasphemy, but, sometimes I like to stand out. It's a great film. It's very, very good. It's different style choreography from Jackie. It's quite brutal and, or quite, not brutal, but very powerful choreography. And, yeah, he plays kind of the straight man in this. He's not a comedic dork, which is always good. You got a bit of Yen Shi Kwan there. if you know your Yenshi Kwans, who's also the villain in Fearless Hyena. This is a beautiful big old set, as you can see. And I am going to open this one because it's one of the few ones that I have that I can open. Poster. I don't know what's on the other side of this poster either. I don't really want to open it because I always have trouble folding it back up. But let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know if I can hold this back. So you got this art, which I don't care for. I don't care for this art, by the way. You got this one. And then you've got that one, which I really like. But I don't put up any of these 88 films posters. I'm kind of, these posters, I'm kind of loyal to my classic, original Thai movie posters. Meaning Thai posters for movies, not posters for Thai films. That's, for example, that's the original Thai poster for Prodigal Son. That is Warriors 2. Here, this one, you can't see it, but it's Mystery of Chess Boxing. I don't know why I forgot the name of that. Mystery of Chess Boxing. And over here, you've got your clones and you got your Bruce Exploitation. And then I have Encounters of the Spooky Kind and Martial Club as well on my wall. So they're the posters I have, or the framed posters. You get a big, thick old booklet with this. Some cool stuff in here. I don't know, what's that saying? Oh, that's the locations. Oh, cool. There's a little thing about locations. I expected them. See these? I like this lobby card set. I think Dragon Fist has a really decent lobby card set. I wish they would have snuck that in there. I know they're just reprints, but I kind of like having the lobby cards. I don't do anything with them, so I don't know why I like having them, but I do. Oh dear. I'm going to have a problem. Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, sorry. If you haven't seen Dragon Fist, granted, it's not everyone's favorite Jackie Chan. It's not my favorite Jackie Chan film. Certainly not my favorite. But I do implore everyone to give it a go. I know people don't talk about it, and it's kind of unfamiliar to many, but definitely do give it a go. It's a really good film. Speaking of 88 films and their Hong Kong output, I had to do this. I had to because I love this film. I already have it on Blu-ray, but I had to get this version of it. Not that it's any different, but it's nicer. And that is Sex and Zen. So if you don't know this film, this is also a cat-free film, as you might imagine from the title. I've spoken about this film before because I've actually done a pickup video where I shared my Umbrella. I think it's an Umbrella release, the Australian label, Umbrella. But this is the 88 Films one. Beautiful art, really nice. A very subtle art. Nothing too explicit, which is crazy considering the film is bonkers. I don't know if I can show all that. Can I show all that? Yeah, why not? So you got some stuff there. Just a great little release. And I probably can't show stuff on the back of this. Oops, can't show that. All right. Sex and Zen. Well, actually, speaking of Sex and Zen, we did a podcast episode for it. Me and Cyrus. Devin didn't want to do that one. Surprise, surprise. Me and Cyrus sat down and talked about Sex and Zen. So if you want to hear us chat about it, search for Food for Thought, Sex and Zen. It'll pop up. It's such an insanely enjoyable film if you can stomach very explicit sex comedies. This isn't American Pie. I'm not talking about sex comedies like American Pie. There's some like really explicit stuff in this. Again, nothing hardcore. None of these films are hardcore. But Sex and Zen is as close to hardcore as you can get. But it is softcore. It's softcore erotica mixed with wild humor. For example, a man is upset about the size of his manhood, so he has a doctor castrate a horse and sew the horse's appendage onto his, and it's a brilliant scene. It's very, very funny, but it's also very, very like rough and gross. and you do see some stuff. So yeah, but if you can handle that, and if you'd like to laugh at that stuff, Sex and Zen is great. Sex and Zen 2 is fantastic as well. Sex and Zen 3, I don't think I've seen. Or is that 3D? I think I have seen, speaking of 3D, I think I have seen, no, I think there's a Sex and Zen 3, and then there's a 3D later on. I've seen the 3D one, not in 3D. This film, I know nothing about whatsoever. I picked it up because it's Johnny Toe, and I love Johnny Toe, and lots of people online, shout out to Times Square Kung Fu, Shogun Supreme. He said this is a gem, so I picked up Sparrow. Yeah, I'm really interested in this one. Who's this one from? This is Chameleon Films. Oh, maybe Sex and Sound was Chameleon. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm interested in this one. I don't even know what the plot is. I honestly don't. Shot over 3 years between other projects, this story of men who pick pockets and a woman who steals hearts is nothing less than a love letter to Hong Kong. Interesting. All right. Lots of interesting features on this. Interviews, newly translated subs, archival interviews, press conferences. So I'm excited to watch this one. There is another release of, I don't think I got it actually. No, I didn't. There is another, this is, it has 2 separate releases, both from Chameleon. One is your standard release, which is this with a nice slipcase, and the other is with the CD soundtrack. And I did not get the CD soundtrack simply because I don't have a CD player. When will I ever listen to? I just won't. I won't get around to it. I made that mistake with Motorway. I bought the CD soundtrack version, and it cost me, a few dollars more. I was like, "What's the point? I'm never going to listen to that." So, but if that's your thing, go ahead, get the CD one, the soundtrack one. I just watched it. The case is bugging on this. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just doing some minor fixing. Oh, shit, that didn't work. Okay, here we go. I just watched this. Literally finished it just before I made this video. I picked up the 4K of Godzilla versus, is it Biolante or Biolante? Biolante. I just watched the film and I still can't remember. I'm such a doofer sometimes. I'm tired. 4K, I really, really wanted to watch more Godzilla, and I found out my beef with Godzilla, right? I enjoy Godzilla films. I enjoy them quite a lot. I enjoy kaiju films in general. I enjoyed Gamera as well. I want to see more kaiju films. I would definitely want to watch more Godzilla. My problem is with these films, there's a little too much of this going on. A little too much yapping and not enough citywide destruction for me. This one takes a bit to get going, and there's a lot of chatter about biochemical engineering. And I get it. I get what it's doing, but I find myself kind of going, when's Godzilla going to show up and breathe some shit? And I don't know, but this film is bonkers. The action in this film is stellar. It's probably the best Godzilla action I've seen, best kaiju action I've seen, other than like Pacific Rim or I like these modern ones that have the really decent action, Godzilla versus Kong and things like that. I know, blasphemy, but I haven't seen many Godzillas, so please forgive me. I've only seen like 3 Godzilla films, and one of them was -1, so which is my favorite. But this is great. This is my second favorite after Godzilla -1. Actually, that's not true. I prefer the first Godzilla to this. I really enjoyed that one. But this is a lot of fun. Packed full of features from Criterion. Obviously, it's packed full of features. If I'm correct, let's see. Yes, it has an audio commentary by my favorite commentary person, which is Sam Deegan. If you don't know Sam Deegan, find her on Instagram. Just check out her work. She's fantastic. I just think she has a great voice, and she is so knowledgeable, and it's wonderful. She does her research, and just, fantastic. She has a podcast as well called, I think it's Eros and Massacre, EROS. So find that. She talks about a lot of like exploitation cinema, a lot of foreign cinema. Very interesting podcast. Yeah, she's great. Sorry, I'm gushing about Sam Deegan. Lots of stuff. Let's see. There's Making of, which is cool. A short documentary from 1993 about Biolante and Super X2 vehicle concepts. deleted special effects. This is a packed release, but you know, it's Criterion. So this is probably my most joyous watch recently. I found a Shaw Brothers film. I shouldn't say I found a Shaw Brothers film, like I've seen them all. I found a Shaw Brothers. I said it again. I've been looking forward to a Shaw Brothers film that I haven't seen before, and I've seen many of them that are getting released just simply because they're putting out the best stuff. But this one, for some bizarre reason, has just always passed me by, and it's the only Lau Garlung Shaw Brothers film that I hadn't seen. There's a few others of it. I don't think I've seen Aces Go Places 5. That's not Shaw Brothers, but that is Lau Garlung directed. And I don't remember that. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember it very well. So I need to revisit that one. But Lady is the Boss, or The Lady is the Boss. Honestly, there's been mixed reactions to this film. I absolutely fucking loved this film. Like, loved it. I had such a good time watching this. It's so fun. It's outrageous. It's very comedic. So be forewarned, if you don't love Hong Kong comedy, you might not love this one. Although the comedy is very accessible. It's very enjoyable. Lots of hijinks, but it's so 80s. And Lau Garlung has kind of gone, oh, I want to cash in on all the 80s vibes that are going on right now. So he has a fight that involves BMX bikes, as you do, because they were big in the 80s. And then you've got a fight that's disco dancing, which was big in the 70s, but I think it carried over to the 80s. So he's got a dancing fight. And it's just a fantastic film. I don't know why people talk badly about this one. Some people put it in the lower end of Lau Garlung's filmography. I do not. I don't know where it sit, but it certainly sit higher than a few of them. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, this is a great release from 88 Films. Again, another bare bones one. Apart from, we have an audio commentary by Frank Jeng, which is always a blessing in disguise. Well, it's not in disguise, but you know what I mean. And then I forget. I feel bad for this, right? So I'm looking to see. No, it doesn't. All right. So there's an interview here with by Fred Ambroisine. Ambroisine. I get it wrong. I'm terrible with names. And it's a guy called Sam Ho. I'll be honest. I don't know who Sam Ho is. Like, I feel bad for not knowing who he is, but he's very interesting. He talks about the film in a wonderful way, and he's very informative, but I just don't really know who he is. I did a review for this film on my channel, so go back and check that out. I talk in length about the themes that I think Lau Garlung not appreciates, approaches. But yeah, good stuff. All right, only a few more to go. Well, about 6 or 7 more to go. I'm sorry. I'm going to go short with this one. Eureka are putting out a mixed bag at the moment. They're putting out all sorts. They're trying to see what lands. I think their Shaw Brothers sets are quite questionable. Especially their like box sets or double bills can be quite unusual at the moment. But this one's class. It's the Daredevils and Ode to Gallantry. Venoms. I love the Venoms. Genuinely, they're my favorite thing in Shaw Brothers cinema history after Lau Garlung, probably. Absolutely love Venoms. The Daredevils is a fantastic film that's kind of away from their usual stuff because it's more modern, kind of. They don't play kind of classic hero types. They actually play stuntmen, if I recall. And yeah, Ode to Gallantry, I haven't seen in years, so I couldn't tell you anything about this one. But this one has, of course, commentary by Frank Jeng with Michael Worth, which Michael Worth is fantastic. So I'm glad to see him on there. Audio commentary by Mike Leader and Arna Venema. And, new interview with Hong Kong cinema scholar Wayne Wong on the Venom Mob. Not sure who Wayne Wong is, but I haven't watched that feature. I haven't watched these films yet, so they're still on my watch list. Dipped my toe back into Radiance as well. Everyone was raving about this film, saying it's wonderful. Shout out to Fanatical Dragon for kind of suggesting this one, and shout out once again to Times Square Kung Fu, Shogun Supreme. And they recommended Black Tight Killers. I watched a trailer for this, and it looks like an absolute riot. It looks like loads of fun. Yeah, just watch the trailer for this one. It looks like a kind of hammy, almost spoof-like action film thing. Like, I don't know, spy thriller. It looks very camp. It looks very over the top. It looks beautiful, but like filmed incredibly well. Great use of color. But I haven't watched the film yet, so I'm excited to see that. Yes. So, I mean, come on now. Come on now. With hair like that, and then is that knife even sharp? Doesn't look like it. But with hair like that and a knife like that, I've got to love this film. So I'm excited to watch that one. Another Japanese one recommended to me by a few people, although I have heard a lot of hit and miss on this one. Some people do not like it. It's meant to be very quirky and very strange, and that is Mad Cats. This is a Japanese film. Yeah, I hear it's quite strange. I'll read it. Taka, a shiftless young man, sets off on a quest to find his missing brother Mune. Teaming up with a quirky new friend and an edgy, mysterious young girl, Taka finds himself taking on a pack of vicious monster cats, determined to execute unscrupulous pet shop owners. Why are the monster cats after him? Why was his brother captured? What is the purpose of this mysterious young girl? I just bit my tongue. Mysteries are about to be revealed as the journey leads to a final showdown. Killer cats. What else do you want? I said I hadn't seen these films. I'm sure you already know that I bought this. I said online that I hadn't seen these films, and I was viciously attacked. People came for my head, and it's not my fault. I just never got around to them. I owned them at one point. I just never got around to them. And that is the Infernal Affairs trilogy. This is the Criterion set, the trilogy, which I'll open. There you go. And, oh, the wife's home, so hopefully she won't make too much noise. But there you go. Little booklet there. It's actually quite a big booklet. But yeah, finally picked up Infernal Affairs after everyone came and attacked me. I'm joking, of course. I'm joking. I'm glad everyone recommended it. I need recommendations sometimes, and especially when I've missed these. Oh my god, I can't get this back in the box. Especially when I've missed these classics, these Hong Kong classics that I should have watched but haven't watched. So I'm glad that people say, "Oh, you have to get this one. It's well worth it." Okay, I'm going to whiz through these ones. Long Kiss Goodnight, fantastic film, 4K from Arrow. I mean, what else do you need to know? If you need to know how I feel about this film, look for the Action Addicts podcast. And I was on an episode of that talking about this film at length. So if you don't know this film, it's why have I forgotten her name? Oh, I'm so tired. What's her name? What the fuck is her name? It's got Samuel L. Jackson in and Gene Davis. That's her. Goddamn. It's very, very good. A fantastic action film. Very 90s. Very 90s in a good way. Mermaid Legend, I just picked up. I don't know anything about this other than it's a revenge story about a woman that goes a little haywire, and it's directed by the director of Evil Dead Trap, and I love Evil Dead Trap, so I'm a big fan of that one. Looking forward to see this. Is this Radiance or is this Third Window? This is Third Window. It's staring me in the face. This is Third Window, so looking forward to see this. I think this is my first ever Third Window. Oh, actually, Mad Cats was Third Window as well. Oh, so I've picked up 2 Third Window releases. All right, 3 more. 2 are going to be super quick. I picked up Humanoids from the Deep, 4K. If you know me, you know I love this film. I've only seen it once. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's bonkers. It's ultra gory, ultra rapey. I don't know what if I'm allowed to say that, but it's very exploitational. Very, is it 70s or 80s? This film, I feel like it's 80s. But it is an absolute delight. Lots of people in rubber suits just tearing people apart. It's a lot of fun, and it's absolutely chock-a-block with features, making of, featurettes, interviews with people. Just yeah, great stuff. And it actually has the unrated cut. I don't even think I've seen the unrated cut, but the cut I've seen is pretty shocking. And not shocking, but very over the top and exploitation. Lol. That's 100 yards. I've reviewed it on my channel. Go back and watch my review. It was it my second favorite martial arts film of last year? This might have been my second. I can't quite remember. Actually, I'll put these two side by side, but this is the last one. So I picked up Eye for an Eye 2, The Blind Swordsman. Blind Vengeance, this one is called. These two were in my top 10 of last year. They are fantastic films. You can find them, but no, actually, you can find this one currently streaming on the Hi-Ya streaming platform. This will get there. At some point, this one will be on there if it's not on there already. But this is fantastic. A Zhu Haofeng film. Zhu Haofeng is a mixed bag. People don't necessarily love him. This is his most accomplished film as far as solid fight choreography goes that doesn't piss people off. Usually his choreography is a bit slow, a bit realistic, a bit mechanical. This is kind of, he stepped his game up on this one, and it's really, really, really impressive. And then, of course, yeah, this is the one that I was talking about. You know about this. You've probably seen the first film. If you haven't seen the first film, do watch it. This is kind of his play on Lone Wolf and Cub, and of course Zatoichi mixed together because he's blind. But Lone Wolf and Cub, there's a child in this he has to look after. Also, oh no, it's not on this one. There is a crossover coming between this character and Ashton Chen's character from Blade of Fury. But Blade of Fury hasn't had a Blu-ray release yet, and it's not hit streaming. I watched it on a Chinese streaming service. But Blade of Fury is top tier, so if you get to see that, good stuff. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Sorry I rushed through this. Sorry I bumbled through this. I had to say this every time, actually. I'm not going to apologize. I had fun doing this video. Yes. But for the words I bumbled through, it's because I'm a bit knackered. So there you go. Anyway, thank you for everyone who watches these. I really, really appreciate it. I know it's just me sitting down and just rattling off Blu-rays. But hey, it's fun. I like to share. So let me know what your recent pickups are in the comments. Have you picked up any Hong Kong films lately? Have you picked up any Japanese films recently? Have you picked up anything that really stands out as being like a really, really, really good release? I'm finding it hard actually lately to kind of select the releases. I know this would say contrary, but I'm finding it hard to kind of select releases that I want these days. There's so many, and I just, I don't think anyone can afford them all. So selecting the right ones or the ones that I want, I'm finding it very, very tricky because when there's a ton of Hong Kong films that come out, and obviously I want all the Hong Kong films, but then there's lots of like brand new 4Ks that come out for like Hollywood films that I want. So it's difficult. I'm trying to rein in the Hollywood films, let's say, and I'm trying to focus mainly on Asian cinema, and then I like kind of classic horror at the moment. Like I'll pick up a Giallo or two. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. But sometimes like Daylight crept through and ended up in the collection. So yeah, it's tricky out there. It's difficult, guys. But if you've got that sweet expendable income and you can spend it on the beautiful array of Blu-rays that are out there, then good for you. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.